his dedication to making nice mold, to making this perfect mold for an egg. So can you talk about that?
It is not easy, much difficult than I expect in making a mold, because human feature is very difficult to tackle, to present. We have something in mind, but when we do a mold, really presenting the features, the human feature, it's not an easy job. So that takes quite a lot of, besides of the technician's skill, it requires a certain standard of understanding. So in developed new faces, it involves quite a lot of work.
Okay, and how does that process help? How do we go through that process? Can you explain the process of making a mold?
First of all, for the older technology, is we use the photo to have the technician, like a sculpture, like making a sculpture. He understand, he has some impression with seeing several photos. Then he has to use hand making on a piece of wax to present the features of certain faces. For now, we have some 3D technology to help, but still, we also depends on the technician to develop the face for us. But how to communicate what we like and how the technician can understand, that require a lot of communication.
A lot of insight. When we talk about the mold, can we talk a little bit about the process? Because when I was there, I saw these big mold blocks, the big steel mold blocks and I'm sorry, I forget, what was the mold maker's name? I forget who we interviewed.
Gus.
And he really put a lot of detail into the way he made his molds and how he machined all of this. And can we talk a little bit about that? Because we have a lot of footage of him working on a mold and really grinding out the part. Am I explaining this right? I'm kind of looking at you like that.
Yeah, I'm thinking in my head how we could formulate this.
Yeah, because we'd like to get a story around the craftsmanship that goes into making a piece for our mannequin, whether it's...
But there is talking about two kind of things. The mass mold is not doing the same, use it not the same way. What he do is the injection mold,
okay,
yeah.
Because the mass mold is that other
Maybe talk
process.
about the ADS, the snap cap head forms, because that,
Yeah, it's only for the slab cap.
Yeah. Maybe
So you want
that process.
to talk about that?
Yeah.
But I'm not too understand.
You're not too personal.
I know how they work, but not that professional to explain.
Hey, John. Before we go any further,
businesses in China, and then about how important it is. There's so many people doing this, and how important it is to have some social accountability around it, because there's so much of this manufacturing going on, and we understand it's a very toxic process at times. There's some chemicals being used that shouldn't be used, and how important it is to protect our employees from those chemicals, but also protect the environment from those chemicals.
Hair industry in China is big. The world's consumption is mainly supplied by China, and mannequin is only part of it. It's not the biggest section. I have to say, this is a smaller than hair extension and smaller than the wigs. How many people involved in this industry? I cannot figure out how many workers involved, but this is very labor-intensive work. The worker has to implant the hair, piece by piece or a few pieces in one stitch to do this implantation. So for one whole day, they can only implant 1.5 to 2 mannequins per day, depends on the requirement. So, but many of people of our industry, they have to do all this labor job by using forced labor. This is one thing our company under the SA 8000 is not acceptable. I moved the...
Yeah, just moving it, so it's okay. It's okay. It's pretty good. For example, and maybe I can set this up a little bit. When we went up to the hair processing, the whole city revolved around hair processing. Basically, we had all those manufacturers lined up along that canal, if I remember correctly, and all those buildings were dedicated to hair, correct? When we were up in Hunan.
In China, Henan is the center of supplying hair. So government has more support in hair industry.
Okay, so let's talk about how big that industry is there. Can we talk about? We saw one little tiny part that does our hair, but when we walked along that canal or drove along that road, all those big buildings were all for hair, correct?
I have to say it's a big business in Henan, but I don't have the figures in hand because I haven't do the search. But hair is the major industry in.
So can we talk about it's a major city that's all dedicated to manufacturing hair?
Yeah.
Kind of build it that way. We don't have to use numbers, but just talk about the scope of it that way, maybe.
Xuchang city is the major is the center of hair product in China.
Okay, and can we talk about what that means to the city? So, maybe, I got the impression that most of the people who work in that city are supported by the hair industry, correct? Okay. It's that big of a city that
Xuchang, to my knowledge, has a population of only 600,000. But many of them are involving in the hair industry. I don't have the exact figure, but that can be checked from the China government. How big is the volume? How is the amount they can export?
Okay. So let's circle back to our factories and our manufacturing. When we started talking about SA 8000 and SAI International, can we talk about the whole process, what it took to get our certification, how you went through on that, and where you started, and I really want to talk about, first of all, what does SA 8000 mean to you? Can we start there?
SA 8000 is much about our social responsibility to the people, to the society, and to the environment.
Let's talk about your social responsibility to the people. What does that mean to you as in management, and when you see employees, and what does that mean to you?
We concern about our employees, not just them, because each employee represents a whole family. Many of them has been working for us for many years. So we have the responsibility to treat them fair and enable them have a good life. So SA 8000 has a professional and clear guideline for us to follow.
And how does SA 8000 affect the environment for you? What does that mean to you when you talk about, does SA 8000 have any impact on environmentally?
Yeah, not just the people, because environment also relating to people will eventually affecting the people. So during our process, we must concern about if there is any damage, any harm to our environment. Say, for example, when we do the hair treatment, we use chemical. If the water eventually cannot be purified, that will go back to the environment. So when we treat the hair, we are under the